You dropped out of school around the age of 14 or 15. You've said in previous interviews it was quite toxic. Dr. Abdul Kalam told you to stay out of school. I just want to linger here for a moment. What's wrong with the Indian high school system? Why do you think it's toxic? Why do you think it kills curiosity?
I don't know about toxic. I think the rationale is that I think you go to school to learn, not to memorize. Those are two different concepts, right? If you memorize and succeed, but you've never really digested the information that you're memorizing, it's a futile effort, right? That is where my struggle was. I was so fascinated with science and engineering, but what was being taught to me in school was fundamentally like memorize how this is done, not why is it so, right? And that's why, today I love mathematics, but when I was in school, I hated it, right? How can an engineer who wants to build things dislike mathematics? Like it's the foundation to so many things that we do, whether like hardware, software, machine learning, it's like fundamental, right? And so, and so that was always concerning, and it used to be almost embarrassing for me because when I would compete in Olympiads or competitions, I would not do well because those were not questions you had seen earlier, right? Yeah. It required you to apply the knowledge that you have gathered, and so that would be weird that you are, being celebrated in school for your academic performance, but you really realize that you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And so that hollow feeling is what was quite frustrating to me. And if I would ask questions, it would be brushed away or, saying, hey, you don't need to worry about this. You just do well on your test. And that's really not the kind of person I am. So that was very frustrating. And I said, screw this. I really don't want to go down this bubble of trying to get some fancy report card, which means nothing.
Brave decision at that point, and you said that you learned something dangerous after dropping out of school, which is autonomy, and I find that very, very interesting. I think every Indian kid who grew up in that same period can resonate. I don't know how the education system is now with that feeling of you're doing well in school, but you have no idea what's happening. Took part in many Olympiads as well, and always performed very poorly, not surprisingly. And interestingly, every subject they taught me in school, whether it was history, geography, economics. In school, I hated all of these. But now later in life, when I went back through my own methods, I fell in love with all of them.